Hey, what's up, YouTube? This is your boy, the Boo Man Trade, and bringing it to you from New York. Oh, I got you some big news right now. This guy over here in Florida, DeSantis, done it again. Let's check it out. Let's take a look up. Alligator Alcatraz. Insane.
Thank you very much, John and Sandra. Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Martha McCallum, and this is The Story. President Trump set to return soon to Washington this hour. He's got a lot happening today. The big, beautiful bill just keeps moving a little bit closer to reality and may come across his desk by July 4th, depending on how quickly the House side can deal with it. A little back and forth there, as you might imagine. Vice President Vance earlier went over to the Senate. He cast that tie-breaking vote, and that's how we got here, where the House is dealing with.
Yeah, that's another thing. The big, beautiful bill just passed the House. So I think Trump's gonna sign it today for July. I think he did sign it already, so which is great. That's a good thing. Hopefully, we do outgrow all this debt or some of this debt with AI and more tech, robotics, and hopefully going to space, catching some asteroids, bringing some of those resources back here. Let's see. Hopefully, what do you guys think? You guys think that the big beautiful bill is too much spending, or you think we're going to be able to outgrow some of that spending, or most of it?
With the rules vote, and then they hope to move forward on it. We'll see how it goes. The president also today in Florida celebrating a new tool in his.
Oh yeah, that's another thing. JD had to come in today and be the breaking tie boat to be able to push through the big beautiful bill, which is amazing. That's the job of the vice president. I like that. I like JD. JD's very smart, very wise. He could be a candidate for 2028, or DeSantis. I don't know who else though I will put up there, but I feel like they're the two hottest people right now. If there was a candidate that will rise up, from the Republican Party in 2020. The Democrats are cooked, but we don't know. They might bring Kamala again. Kamala got votes, man. We can say whatever we want to say, but Kamala got votes. And with Gavin Newsom, they'd probably be formidable and stuff like that. Even though Gavin Newsom got to stop lying so much and, moving his hands while the whole California is burning and stuff. I don't know. I don't support Gavin Newsom. I have no problem with him. I just don't support him and support his policies. He just doesn't do the right thing. Sorry guys, that's my cat.
His deportation toolbox, touring a newly built migrant detention facility that is dubbed Alligator Alcatraz. It's equipped to hold 3,000 people, 3,000 beds in there, smack in the middle of the Florida Everglades, where escaping could mean crossing paths with gators known to snap up a python once in a while. President Trump offering.
Holy Jesus Christ. They even have the gator eating a snake and everything, man, just to let you know that you do not want to escape that prison.
To anyone, this advice if they're thinking about running away from this facility.
Snakes are fast, but alligators are, we're going to teach them how to run away from an alligator, okay? If they escape prison. How to run away. Don't run in a straight line. Run like this. And you know what? Your chances go up about 1%, okay? Not a good thing.
The old zigzag route. Correspondent Dana Marie McNichol reporting live in Ochopee, Florida. Hi, Dana Marie.
Hi, Martha. Well, the president.
Sorry, guys.
Officials, but he also toured.
And that's not a place I want to go hiking anytime soon. But
look at Trump rocking the hat. Gulf of America. Oh yeah, for a while I forgot about that too. This is a good campaign. Gulf of America. I like it. You know, American owns it. It's American soil. Call the Gulf of America, my friend. Google did it. The Google Maps did it too. You're supposed to call the Gulf of America.
Very soon, this facility will house some of the most menacing migrants, some of the most vicious people on the planet. We're surrounded by miles of treacherous swampland, and the only way out is...
Yeah, they say that the facility could hold up to like 3,000 illegals. And you know, they're probably going to ship them back home right after there and stuff like that. Usually one way in, one way out, has medical supplies, has mostly everything is like not in like big scale, but they have everything they need to take care of anybody and everybody if they get hurt or something happens there. You know, because they don't want to be bringing them to public hospitals or to public jails. You know, that's a lot of money, a lot of waste. I think DeSantis is trying to stay hot in the game. He's looking, you know, in the future, 2028, baby. If Trump endorses DeSantis for the presidency, he will have a big chance of winning. Just like if he does to JD, of course, but it's going to be his choice, you know. It's just whatever Trump thinks. And he feels like who could win.
Is really deportation.
Do you want me to keep talking?
A little problem with the signal there for Dana Marie McNichol, but we'll work on that. Our guest today is former ICE Supervisory Special Agent. In 2011, while on assignment in Mexico, he was ambushed by the Los Zetas drug cartel. He survived that shooting, but his partner, Special Agent Jamie Zapata, did not. Victor Avila joins me now. Long record of dealing with bad guys on both sides of the border. Victor, it's always great to have you with us. Thank you for joining me today. What are your thoughts on this new facility that was rolled out today, sir?
Several things, Martha. I think it's a home run by the state of Florida, not only adding obviously the much needed bed space, but the coordination between the state government and the federal government, which...
Yeah, I can't believe Ron DeSantis put this together like in 2-3 weeks or something like that. Like lightning fast. Remember like how when we had that sickness that was going around and stuff, and China built a hospital like in 10 days. It was like ridiculous. I was like impressed. I was like, I don't even think we could do that. But DeSantis over here is on par with them. He's not sleeping at night. DeSantis worked like a horse.
Which is kind of a big indicator here, and a lot of pressure, I think, to other states like Texas, Arizona, New Mexico, California. I'm not sure how much is going to happen there, but definitely Texas to see what can happen. We have a lot of these facilities that was built by the Biden administration, and I was always, saying, why can't we turn these processing centers into detention facilities, which I think we could still do and savor some of those because that money has already been spent and these facilities have already been built. But I think it also sends a big message to illegals around the world that are still thinking of coming into the United States that now you are going to face true consequences and be removed.
Yeah, guys, that's another thing. Like, you know, feelings aside, you have to come in legally. You know, for the sake of you and your family, so you don't have to be worrying about that. If you get stopped or you get a ticket or something, you could get deported. You don't even have the chance to tell your family or anybody where you are or what's going on with you. Like, you know, I do feel bad, but the laws aren't the laws. If I break the law, I get a ticket or I go to jail. The cop doesn't tell me like, oh, I'm sorry, you know. And even if, let's say, like, somebody stops you and you're in illegal and they let you go that day, what makes you think that you're not gonna get stopped by somebody else next week or in a year or in 2 or in a few weeks, and then it's gonna happen what's gonna happen. You guys, we need to take care of our papers, you know. First thing when you come here into this country, get a roof over your head, get a job, of course, get a roof over your head, and then try to work your way, the legal way to get those papers. But if you're not here yet, don't come here and don't break the laws, because then you're gonna burn your bridge. You're gonna burn that one chance you got to come in this country legally. You know, if you get deported, they're gonna put you on a list that you're not gonna be able to be allowed to get any papers for like the next 10, 20 years, or forever. You don't want to miss opportunity. This is the greatest country on earth. Follow the laws. You want to come and break the laws. The first minute you step in the country, you break the laws, and then after that you want to act like you're sane, like you don't even break a plate, like you don't do anything wrong. Being a bad citizen for a while, avoiding taxes and stuff like that, and free riding the government. That's not fair for a lot of people. Okay? And yes, I'm gonna get a lot of backlash for what I'm saying and for not understanding that people are going through stuff in third world countries. I know myself. I'm a migrant legally. I came here legally, and yes, things are tough out there. Way tougher than here. 10 times worse. But it doesn't give you the right to come in somebody's house if you're not invited. And then you want everybody to make room in the house for you and accommodation and give you food and all that until you can get a job and find your way over here. And then it's a lot for the system more than anything. It's a lot of money that you got to invest in a citizen, not knowing if they're gonna be a good citizen or and they're gonna pour and bring net positive to the society and the country. And assimilate. You have to come and assimilate. You can come here and bring your bad ways from your countries. So that's why you left your country, because your country is bad. Things are bad out there. Not your fault, not anybody's fault. But whatever's going on out there, leave it out there. Come here, assimilate. Learn English, get your citizenship, get your papers, respect the law, respect the police, respect the school buses. And, have at it. Create business, create jobs, be a good citizen. Let's keep going, guys.
Yeah, it's so interesting to me because we know that the border traffic has dropped to near zero in terms of people coming in. So now it's a question of dealing with the people who are here. And as was pointed out in the last hour by the Homeland Security deputy, this is the worst of the worst in this effort, and they're looking for people who already have criminal detainers on them and criminal work that is designed to kick them out already, right? So who's going to be held in this facility?
I think it's going to be open to everyone. Obviously, the priority goes to the worst of the worst. A lot of them in the state of Florida, believe it or not.
My bad, guys.
And the 287G program, which is the state program that allows state police officers and municipal and sheriff's officers to help immigration agents do this job. That's a big effort also that Florida has stepped up. We want to see other states do the same. But like you said, Martha, there's plenty. I mean, we're talking about 600,000 just alone walking around with deportation orders. A lot of them out there with convictions that were released from state jails, from county jails that we...
Jesus, that's a big number. 600,000 criminals? That's a lot of people. I feel bad because a lot of people that are not going to be included there are going to go to, are going to get caught in the crossfire, sadly. That's what happens. A lot of collateral damage.
We never got, ICE never got a chance to go.
And remember, all that collateral damage is also people that are illegal here that broke the law. They might not be hurting or harming people, but they broke the law by coming in and not following the laws.
Go get them. So you're going to see bodies probably as soon as tomorrow coming in there.
Yeah, there's plenty of low-hanging fruit. Real quick, this is Governor DeSantis on the program that you're talking about that joins local officials with the federal effort. Watch this.
One of the things I think that is exciting about this is we're offering up our National Guard and other folks in Florida to be deputized to be immigration judges. We're working with the Department of Justice for the approvals. I'm sure Pam will approve. Someone has a notice to appear. Biden would tell them to come back in 3 years and appear. Now you'll be able to appear in like a day or two.
It just strikes me, Victor, how different it is state to state. And we hear the person who's running for mayor in New York basically saying that they would never cooperate with ICE in the city of New York. So really,
New York and California will never do anything like this. too Democrat, too much liberal, man. It's just crazy. Let's continue.
You know, your safety in this regard depends a lot on where you live and how much cooperation is happening.
And it really shouldn't, Martha. This is not a red or white issue, red or blue issue. It's a red and white and blue issue. Just think about fentanyl. It kills anyone. But we're at unprecedented times, and I think we require unprecedented measures. And kudos to the state of Florida for doing this. You have to start thinking outside the box to really not only get the deportation numbers up, but really make our community safer. Because let's remember, this is about public safety and national security. Don't forget about the terrorism angle here.
Yeah, absolutely. The terrorism angle, the human trafficking angle, the cartel angle that is entrenched in so many places.
Yeah, guys, that's another thing, that a lot of these people that came here had to go through the cartel. You know, the cartel basically terrorized them, hurt some of those people, you know, women's, children's, even men's, you know. We're not immune to being abused from the cartel. They have guns and power, you know. You're not looking for that. Realistically, you're looking to have a peaceful life, a life where you can succeed and take care of your family. But that comes with the territory, you know. And then the cartel, these illegals come here, and then they have to send money back to the cartel because they gotta pay them up. The cartel's not just gonna be like, okay, no problem. Like at some point, you're gonna have to pay. You don't want to have that hanging over you because you're scared of the cartel. You know how strong they are and what they can do. Well, we also know that Trump is doing really good with his numbers, and that at the end of the day, you know, I hope that they take more than anything the people that are criminals that have really committed crimes in their countries are here. I don't think that we're going to deport 10, 15 million people, but a few millions are going to go, guys. So that's the fact of the matter, the sad truth. But thank you guys for watching this video. Like and subscribe. Help me grow my YouTube channel. I'm just a grown man. I'm basically a Republican, conservative. I'm a Trump supporter. I'm just trying to grow my channel and, you know, share my views and help my family. I do have a 9-to-5. This is my side job. So thank you guys. Like and subscribe. Let me know if I do anything wrong with my videos or anything that I can improve. Thank you. Bye.